Hi, I am Dave. With this topic, we will help you understand learners with special education needs, or SEN. So, what are learners with special educational needs? So, learners with special educational needs are students who require additional support due to disabilities, learning differences, or exceptional abilities. These learners benefit from individualized and differentiated instruction to succeed academically and socially. So, categories of learners.
Categories of learning with SEN or special education needs. Number one is intellectual disability or ID. So intellectual disability or ID is a condition characterized by below average intellectual functioning and difficulties in adaptive behavior such as communication, self-care, decision making, and social skills. So learners with intellectual disabilities may struggle with reasoning, problem solving, understanding complex instructions, and completing academic tasks at the same pace as their peers.
Characteristics of intellectual disability. First, difficulty understanding complex concepts. Second, slow learning pace. Third, challenges in communication and social interaction. And lastly, difficulty in problem solving and decision making. So what are the teaching strategies? Una, use simple and clear instructions. Pangalawa, provide step-by-step demonstration. Pangatlo, use repetition and practice activities. And panghuli, give positive reinforcement and encouragement.
Autism Spectrum Disorder or ASD. Autism Spectrum Disorder is a developmental condition that affects communication, behavior, and social interaction. Learners with ASD may have a difficulty expressing themselves, understanding social cues, maintaining eye contact, or interacting with others. Characteristics of ASD: difficulty with communication and social interaction, as repetitive behaviors or movements, strong interest in special topics, sensory sensitivities to sounds, light, or touch. Teaching strategies: use visual schedules and visual aids, maintain consistent classroom and routines, give clear and direct instructions, provide a quiet and supportive environment.
Categories of learners with SEN or special education needs: attention deficiency hyperactivity disorder or ADHD, gifted and talented learners, teaching strategies for SEN learners, use of visual aids and technology, positive and inclusive classroom environment.
What are the characters of persons with ADHD? Unang-una, difficulty focusing and paying attention. Pangalawa, hyperactivity or excessive movement. Pangatlo, impulsive behavior. And lastly, easily distracted. So what are the teaching strategies for people or for learners with ADHD? Unang-una, meron tayong ditong break tasks into smaller steps. Give short and clear instructions. Allow movement breaks. And lastly, use positive reinforcement and praise.
So number 4 naman is sensory impairments. Sensory impairments affect one of the more senses, particularly vision and hearing. So learners with sensory impairments may need special tools, materials, and teaching methods to help them access learning effectively.
Types of sensory impairment. So, una meron tayong visual impairment. Ang visual impairment refers to a partial or complete loss of vision that affects a learner's ability to see. Some learners may have low vision while others may be completely blind. So what are the characteristics? Una, difficulty seeing written text or images. needs assistance with visual materials, may use braille or assistive devices. So what are the teaching strategies? Unang-una, use large print or braille materials. Provide audio recordings and verbal explanations. Next, ensure proper classroom lighting. And lastly, use tactile learning materials. Next, we have hearing impairment. Hearing impairment refers to partial or complete hearing loss that affects a learner's ability to hear sounds or spoken instructions clearly. Some learners may use hearing aids or sign language for communication. So what are the characteristics? Unang-una, difficulty hearing spoken instructions. Next, may rely on lip reading or sign language. And lastly, needs visual communication support. So what are the teaching strategies? Use visual aids and written instructions. Face the learners when speaking. Speak clearly and slowly. Use gestures and sign language if needed.
Learning disabilities. Learning disabilities are a condition that affect a learner's ability to process and understand information in specific academic areas. These learners usually have average or above average intelligence but experience difficulties in reading, writing, or mathematics. Dyslexia. Dyslexia is a learning disability that affect reading skills. Learners with dyslexia may have a difficulty recognizing word, reading, frequently spelling, and understanding writing text. Teaching strategies use phonics-based instruction, provide audiobooks and reading guides, allow extra reading time. Dyslexia is learning disability that affects writing abilities. Learning strategies with handwriting, spelling, organizing ideas, and writing sentences clearly. Allow the use of computers or typing tools. Provide writing guides and templates. Give extra time for writing tasks. Dyscalculia is a learning disabilities that affect mathematical understanding and problem solving skills. Learners and may struggle with numbers, calculation, and understanding mathematical concept. Use visual aids and manipulative. Provide step-by-step math instruction. Use real-life examples in teaching math.
Gifted and talented learners. So, gifted and talented learners are students who demonstrate advanced intellectual abilities, creativity, leadership skills, or exceptional talents in specific areas. These learners often learn faster than their peers and may become bored with repetitive or simple tasks. So characteristics of gifted and talented persons. So unang-una meron tayo ditong they are learn quick and easily. They are highly creative and curious. They are strong in problem solving. And lastly, they are advanced in vocabulary and understanding. So what are the teaching strategies for people or for learners with gifted and talented learners? So provide enrichment and advanced activities. Encourage independent projects and research. Give leadership opportunities. And lastly, use challenging and creative tasks.
Teaching strategies for SEN learners. So, number one is different instructions. So differentiated instruction is a teaching approach where teachers adjust lessons, activities, teaching methods, and learning materials according to the different needs, abilities, interests, and learning style of students. So, since learners with special education needs or SEN do not learn in the same way or at the same pace. So, teachers must provide varied learning experience to help all students understand the lesson effectively. So, importance of the differentiated instruction. So, number one is help the individual learning needs of students. So, number two is encourage active participations and engagement. Number three is reduce frustrations among struggling learners. Number four is promote equal learning opportunities in the classroom. So, meron tayong mga examples. Number one is yung providing visual materials for visual learning. Number two is giving simpler instructions for learners with cognitive difficulties. Number three is offering advanced tasks for gifted learners. So, number four is using activities, games, and hands-on tasks. Number four is flexible assessments methods. So, dito naman sa flexible assessments methods allow learners to demonstrate their knowledge and skills in different ways based on their abilities and learner needs. So, traditional written examination may not always accurately measure the abilities of learning with SEN or special education needs, so teachers should provide alternative forms of assessment. So, importance of flexible assessment provides fair opportunities for all learners, reduce test anxiety and pressure, encourage creativity and participation, help teachers assess learner more accurately. So, number 4, okay, meron naman din tayong mga example dito sa flexible assessments method. So, ito yung mga example natin doon. Number 1 is oral recitations instead of written exam, group projects and presentation, so, demonstration and practical activities, creative outputs such as poster or drawings. So, yun lang po.
Individualized support refers to providing specific assistance and intervention that are tailored to the unique needs of learner. Some learners with SEN require more focused guidance, motivated activities, or additional learner support to help them succeed academically and socially. Importance of individualized support addresses the specific needs of each learner, help improve academic performance, builds learner confidence and independence, encourage personal growth and development. Like, for example, one-on-one instruction, modified assignment and activities, extra learning time and guidance, personalized learning goals.
Use of visual aids and technology. So, visual aids and technology are important tools that help make lesson easier to understand, more interactive, and engaging for learners with special education needs. Teachers may use pictures, charts, flashcards, videos, graphic organizers, multimedia presentation, and assistive technologies to support learners. So, importance of visuals and technology. So, it improves understanding and retention of lessons. It makes learning more engaging and interactive. It supports learners with sensory and learning difficulties. Encourages independent learning. So, what are the examples? Unang-una, meron tayong pinaka-common videos and multimedia presentations, charts, diagram, and flashcards, speech-to-text or text-to-speech applications, and lastly, we have audio recordings and assistive devices.
Flexible assessment methods. Flexible assessment methods allow learners to demonstrate their knowledge and skills different ways based on their abilities and learning needs. Traditional writing, examination may not always accurately measure the abilities of learners with SEN. So, teachers should provide alternative forms of assessment, So, importance of flexible assessment is provide fair opportunities for all learners, reduce test anxiety and pressure, encourage creativity and participation, help teachers assess learners more accurately. For example, oral recitation instead of written exam, group projects and presentation, demonstration and practical activities, creative outputs such as poster or drawings.
Positive and inclusive classroom environment. So, in a positive and inclusive classroom environment, it's a learning space where all learners feel safe, respected, valued, and accepted, regardless of their abilities, backgrounds, or differences in an inclusive classroom. So, teachers encourage quality, respect, cooperation, and understanding among students. So, what are the importance of a positive and inclusive classroom? Unang-una, it promotes respect and acceptance among learners, builds confidence and self-esteem, encourages active participation in class, and lastly, supports emotional and social development. Examples: encouraging teamwork and cooperation, using respectful and supportive language, preventing bullying and discrimination, and lastly, allowing all learners to participate in activities.